Okay, so August 1st was the incident. Walk through, the call and then the whole response. How did that go?
Sure, we were dispatched to a complaint of a gentleman that was trespassing on the train tracks on Beam Street. And when we arrived on scene, the assistant chief and I met with the reporting party, and he explained that he was familiar with the individual and thought that he might be impaired. So I proceeded to the tracks, and as I was walking towards the tracks, I heard a train horn coming, and it sounded very close. So upon making my way up to the rail bed, I observed the male. He was about 30 to 40 yards away from me, laying perpendicular on the train tracks. And it was an Amtrak train that was approaching, and obviously they moved very quickly. So I began running towards the gentleman. I was yelling and shouting, telling him to get off the tracks, warning him of the approaching train. And as I got closer, I knew that with the rate of the speed of the train, I wasn't going to be able to close that distance to physically get to him in time. And at the last possible second, he chose to get up off the tracks and jumped out of the way, and I was able to take him into custody, protective custody at that time.
Okay. How often does that happen? I mean, have you run across these before?
I've been a policeman for 12 years, and I've dealt with railroad trespassers previously, but never a situation like this. It was frightening. I was very frightened for that man and what his fate might be if he did not choose to get off the tracks.
Okay. You said that the train nearly missed him. Can you guess,
The best way I can put it is the last possible second for him to get up. In terms of a distance, I can't say. It was extremely close.
Okay. And what was going through your mind as you were running toward him?
Great concern for him, while also making sure I was keeping myself safe. I have two young boys at home, and I always want to make sure I get home to them. But ultimately, my goal was to get that gentleman off the tracks, and fortunately, that effort was successful.